bad for Penny. Penny was like, Mom, do you know I'm one of the smallest kids in my class? I'm like, not surprised. Look at your mama. You know, like I was always the smallest one, shortest at least. But it's really unfortunate because, man, I married a tall one, you know, like I really did. Like their dad is real tall. Fortunately, apparently my genes are very strong. Strong and short. Okay. So we've got the double angle identities, we've got the half angle identities, and now we're going to do a couple examples to show you how to use them and then go for the homework. Sound good? Homework won't be too tough. I think you'll be able to do this. All right, so we're going to try example 1. All right, so given that cosine of theta equals 3/5, find sine of 2 theta, cosine of 2 theta, and tangent of 2 theta. Okay, now when I look at this, I think, okay, I've already got cosine of theta, that's great. And I know, I'm hoping that eventually, and hopefully already, you're looking at sine 2 theta, cosine 2 theta, and tangent 2 theta going, we have formulas for those. Right? We just wrote them down? Okay, so let's look at these formulas. Do you see how we're going to need cosine of theta? What else will we need? Sine of theta and? Tangent of theta. So the first step in this is to find out what cosine of theta is, sine of theta is, and tangent of theta. Ideas. How do we go from cosine to sine? Anybody remember? Yes, that very first one, that cosine squared plus sine squared equals 1. Okay, so I'm going to write down cosine squared theta plus sine squared theta equals 1. And then I'm going to fill in for cosine theta 3/5 squared plus sine squared theta equals 1. Which is 9/25 plus sine squared theta equals, I'm going to make that 25 out of 25 because I already know what's coming. Are you getting to the point where you're doing that too, where you know what's coming as well? We're going to subtract 9 out of 25, which gives us sine squared theta equals 16 out of 25, and then? Square root. Square root. Sine of theta equals 4/5. And I did not write down. Also, it said that sine of theta was greater than 0, which means that it's positive because you don't really know what quadrant it's in. So sometimes it'll say like what quadrant it's in, or it'll say that sine is positive or something like that. Okay, so now I know this. These aren't the answers, but I am going to circle them anyway. We know this. We still need tangent. How do we get tangent if we have cosine and sine? Sine divided by cosine. So I'm going to take 4/5, divide by 3/5 to get tangent, which is the same thing as 4/5 times 5/3, which gives you 4/3 for tangent. Okay. Now, these are not the answers. We want cosine of 2 theta, sine of 2 theta, and tangent of 2 theta. Can I just multiply these by 2 and get my answer? No, you've got to use the formula that is on here. So let's start with the cosine of 2a. Cosine of 2a says that I've got a square cosine a minus sine squared a. Do you see why this would be so silly if I, as a teacher, expected you to memorize all of these? And don't get me wrong, there are math teachers out there who do require that. I just think they're stupid. Or I guess unreasonable would be a better way to say it. Probably a nicer way, that's for sure. I got -7/25 for the cosine of 2a. You guys get the same thing? Okay, I'm gonna have you with your partner do the other two, and we'll do it for a prize. Go ahead.
Well, it's just, well, since cosine equals, we can just do, so it'd be 2 times the 3/5 times whatever, 4/5. Cosine is 3/5.
Well, it would be like 2/2, which would mean, so you can make it 4.
Sine?
Sine 4.
Oh no, cosine is 16. Right, and then sine is 4/5.
Hey, look up, please. Answers. Sine of 2 theta is 24/25. Tangent of 2 theta is 24/7, just so you can check as you go.
Well, so what I'm doing is, and then I'm just like taking the numbers and bringing it down. So like 10 is divisible by 2 5 times. 6 is divisible by 2 3 times.
Yeah.
I have a question on why tan 2 of theta isn't negative.
Yeah.
Just because 1 minus 9/9 minus 16/9 would be negative 7/9. To the bottom.
Yeah, I think you might be right. The top was, yep. The reason why so I misread the example I was doing, and it actually said that the sine of theta was less than 0, so I've been like adapting to my own problem, and then in the book it was a negative divided by a negative is a positive, so I was like, so it's still positive, but the top was just subtraction instead. My bad. Thank you. Oh, you should get a prize. I will make you guys more owner signs in a bit.
Right. So
Last day of
24
second quarter is the 26th,
is
right?
different than 24 over 25.
Correct.
Well, I don't know, because I get this.
How many of you are taking AP Stats?
Like cut in half.
Just Michaela? That's the last time I teach the rest of you? Oh. Sad, guys.
I wanted to do stats, but I did psychology.
There's like
But-
nobody in that.
In psychology or in stats?
There's a lot. There's like 8 kids in stats.
Have people quit it? Are people leaving it?
I don't know. I know part of Schmidt's leaving it.
I picked psychology.
He just doesn't want to work? Or just not interested? Yeah, but you can't trust him because he does a lot of like saying things that he doesn't necessarily mean sometimes. Sometimes he very much means them, so you never know. I also haven't had him for a year, so maybe I just don't know him that well anymore.
Spencer said it was gonna be you would automatically get college credit, that they have to take the test, but.
In AP Stats, I have 9. You're right.
Yeah, I was finding like 8 without Carter.
Well, you actually do know the whole class, don't you? Name them.
Me, Triton, Susan, Cole,
Well,
Carter,
that's speeches, I think it's only
Gustavo?
AP stats.
Mm-hmm.
Tegan.
It was either
Yep.
intro stats or psych. So,
Nope.
No.
Although Jace, I thought maybe was thinking about being in it.
Oh, Ryan Frederickson.
Ryan,
Or someone else.
Jasmine,
Jasmine, yeah.
Karteski. It's okay. 8 people is a good number for an AP class.
Yeah,
Because then I can really be like, you, let's work. Yeah.
yeah. And if we try and do like a statistic with the class, we're not gonna be able to stop taking it.
That's true. But I guess I mean more like if I have 8 people who really want to be there and who really want to pass the test, then there are 8 people where I can be like, let's you and I sit down for 20 minutes and I'm just going to talk to you and just help you. And that person will actually pay attention and care.
Multiply